Hello guys, this is Dana with Creatively Created Crochet. Today I'll be teaching you how to make these cute velvet scrunchies. They're really cute. I love them so much. This one I made in black. You can make them in all colors. I just decided to make this one in black because I purchased black velvet yarn and really wanted to have something that goes with everything. And of course, another color that goes well with everything is white. So that's the color we'll be using today. That's the color we'll be making our scrunchie in. So for this tutorial, you'll need your favorite type of velvet yarn. This one is called Parfait. I like it a lot. Very soft. You'll need scrunchies. Now, these scrunchies that I'm using do have the metal clasp. You can choose not to use that, but I'm choosing it just because I like the durability that it gives. I bought some without the clasp and they weren't really durable, so I decided to use these instead. Also, you'll be needing a yarn needle. This is going to be used to weave in your ends. You're also going to be needing a size G hook. If you don't have a size G hook or you don't know what that is, it's a 4mm hook. Or if you do, for some it's a 4mm hook, and for some it's a 4.25mm hook. Also, a pair of sharp scissors. Alrighty, let's get started. Alright, to get started, we're going to be taking our hooks and our yarn and our scrunchie and beginning to crochet around our scrunchie. Now, all scrunchies are different sizes. This is on the smaller side, so we'll be using less stitches than we would use for a larger hook or a larger scrunchie. So I'm just getting some yarn available. So to make this scrunchie, you'll be single crocheting 30 single crochets around this scrunchie. Now this is the way I attach it. I just make a slip knot on my hook and then I just begin to crochet around my scrunchie. Now if you have a larger scrunchie, you probably need to do 40 single crochets around it. But for this smaller one, I usually do 30. Now again, if you do not want this contrasting look, make sure you crochet enough where your yarn will be covering your hook, will be covering your scrunchie, or get the same color scrunchie as your yarn, so that way it does not have this big contrasting look if you do not like that. Also, I'm going to be weaving in my tails. As you see, I'm just going to be weaving my tail in as I go, just so that way I don't have to worry about it too much at the end. I may have to snip it a little, but I'll just have a little to snip, not the whole tail, to worry about weaving in later. So again, we're just going to be single crocheting 30 around here, just like so, which is really simple. This pattern is super simple, guys. I did tell you guys I will be doing something different for Tutorial Tuesday. It's just the fact that I do not have much storage. Until I get more storage, I will have to do smaller tutorials. But very soon, guys, we'll be able to do, we'll definitely have more advanced tutorials, guys. So bear with me. And again, I'm just single crocheting 30 single crochets right around this scrunchie, guys. And I like this pattern, or just making these, because they're really good. You can make them for, like, if you have your daughters in a group or friends, or stocking stuffers. You can make them for her friends. You can make them for stocking stuffers, co-worker gifts. You know, make them for yourself. Make them to sell for craft fairs. These are really, really awesome. I also sell these for those who would like to purchase them. Now, when you're coming around the clasp, if you choose to use those with clasp, you have to just be careful with using it. Sometimes it's kind of hard to go around it, and you kind of have to slide as you go, just because it can be a little hard, just because the metal clasp is a little hard there. But again, you can use any type of yarn, guys. I'm using velvet, but if you do want to use a different yarn, I would say use, I've done this in cotton as well, like lilac, like the lilies and cream cottons. They work really well, and you will still use the same G hook. So I would say definitely use those. And I've done, when I do that, I usually do like 33 single crochets, but you can do 40 depending on what size your hook is or what size your scrunchie is. So I'm just going to go ahead and count these guys and make sure I have enough. Okay guys, I have 28, so I'm going to just do 2 more. And the fun thing about this scrunchie, or you really know when you're done, because it's basically once your scrunchie is filled up and you don't see any more scrunchie left, that's when you usually know. I think this is where my clasp is kind of, but you usually know when you know you're done. So all you have to do now is just slip stitch your join into your first stitch. I decided to use white yarn just because it would be a lot easier to see, guys. I didn't want to do anything that was hard to see. So now this is the fun part. This is where we're going to begin to do our scrunchie part, guys. So all we're going to do is chain 3, because we're going to be doing double crochet, guys. And I'll be right back to show you that second round. We have our first round here. I'll be right back to show you the second round. Alrighty guys, so we're back and I'm on to the second round and I chain 3. So what we're going to be doing is going into that same stitch. This chain 3 is going to count as a double crochet. So we're going to be doing 8 double crochets in each stitch around, guys. Now you can do more if you want, but I always do 2. I always do 8 because it's a lot easier to fit them in. But if you do not want to do that many, you don't have to. This just gives you a ruffle effect. The more stitches, the more ruffle you'll get. So I'm just going to go around and I'm going to show you what the first 8 looks like. So I have 8 in this stitch. I'm going to go to the next one and do the same thing. So far I've done 2 with 8 in them, guys, and you can see that ruffle, how it's ruffling up beautifully. So we're just going to continue that same thing all around through each stitch, being careful not to miss a stitch, because if you miss a stitch then you'll be able to see an opening, and you don't want to see the opening like I did here. You don't want to see an opening. You want to have it nice and closed. So we're going to keep going, guys, and we're going to continue. If you feel like it's too many stitches together, you can just go ahead and go and do you can do less stitches if you feel like that. If you feel like you want to do less, you can if you don't like the ruffle. But also I would say if you can't fit them all next to each other, I would say just do 1 double crochet in your next, so every other stitch. So you could do 8 in one stitch, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, 8 in the other, just like that. Whatever works for you guys. These are not really hard. Again, like I said, I was doing a simple one just for you guys to have something so I could upload a video for you guys. Again, if you want to do more, you can do more. You can do less. It just really depends on you, what you would like to do as a crocheter. So it just comes out really nice. I like the velvet because they're just really in fashion right now. They're in what's in style. A lot of people love the velvet. And velvet comes in so many different colors and so many different brands. So this parfait is not the only brand that you have to get. There's several different types, different brands. And so we're just going around putting 8 into each stitch, guys. I'll be back to show you what it looks like once I'm done. And don't go anywhere. Alright guys, I am back. As you can see, I'm finished with my scrunchie. This is what it should look like. If yours does not look like this, guys, there may have been a chance you may have skipped a stitch. You may need to add more stitches in your single crochets or less, but for the most part it should look just like this, guys. I hope you all have enjoyed this tutorial. It was a pleasure making it. Again, I'm going to be working on getting more storage so that way I can do longer tutorials, because I appreciate you guys for your likes, your subscribes, and all of your support. Again, you can find me on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. If you want to order anything, let me know. These are going at a special price right now, so you can inbox me and I will definitely let you know the prices. Again, thanks again for all of your support. I truly appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching, and until next Tuesday, love ya.